You guys have raised an amazing son, and we are super proud and honored and blessed to have him as our son-in-law. The first time, I'll never forget the first time that Sounak came over. I told Mereze after the visit, Mereze is done, this is it, because she was totally, just relaxed and happy, and he was very caring. So Mereze was like, oh, give it time, and I'm like, no, I know my daughter. So we are very happy to celebrate with you guys tonight. And you guys are super smart, So when you think about life lessons or what advice I can give you, this is what came to mind, is that you guys both experienced parents leaving their home countries to basically start from scratch here in the US to make for a better opportunity for their family, and sacrificed a lot. But if we, I know I speak on behalf of both families, if we can do it all over again, we will, So at the end of the day, we are super proud of you guys, because we know that the hard work that it took, the grit and the perseverance to make that happen and be successful over here is deeply ingrained in you guys. And the fact that you guys already are so successful is just a testimony to that. But with that, my advice to you guys is don't forget where you came from. Be proud of your heritage. And for the next generation to come, tell them your story. Tell them how this all began. And ultimately, in the words of Taylor Swift, tell them your love story. So with that, may God bless you. I don't have a drink. My drink is over at the table, so I'm sorry about that. But, with that, may God bless you guys. We are happy for you, and I ask everyone to raise a glass and drink to your happiness. Cheers.
Hello everyone. This is Sudip Roy, Sounak's dad, and over there Shukla, Sounak's mom. To start with, I want to first acknowledge Mary's loving parents, Chris and Mary. They put a lot of time, hard work, labor for making everything happen. Shukla and myself have a great time getting to know them last few years. More than in-laws, we are lucky to call them our close friends. Now to our respectable guests, friends, and all the family members. We want to extend our greetings and love from our bottom of our heart and deepest gratitude to travel so far and help us create this memorable weekend. We could not think we could make it without you. Your presence is so much appreciated, and we will cherish this time in next so many coming years. When Sounak was born, a little over 26 years back, Shukla and myself were so excited and proud to be felt as new parents. Don't worry, I will not go through every year. But as we watched him grow to be a wonderful young man with unquestioning integrity and strong values, we are reminded that our hard work immigrating to a new country was all worth it. When Sounak was a little boy, Shukla and I was big Odis. In a new country, without our family, we would wonder if he had enough to eat. What if he fell and injured himself in school? People had once told us that as a parent, it is our duty to worry. Over the time, we learned though, as a kid, they are strong and resilient on their own. Like when Sounak spent his 12th birthday on a taekwondo camp, sleeping outside. The next morning, he came home with a deep cut in his arm and was laughing about the accident while narrating to us. It seems it has happened when he was trying to cut a bagel open at 1:30 a.m. because he was hungry. And he patched it himself and never told anyone. These are just few of the many stories which define Sounak's transition from a little boy on his grade at the elementary school, which transitioned to our family's guide. And last few years, he rocked like crazy to our family's soul guide. When my son found Mereze, Shukla and myself were so thrilled to meet the woman who makes him so happy. We know, though, from the beginning, Mereze is the one who complimented him the best and was meant to be his other half. Mereze, we have never seen Sounak so happy as he is when he is on your side. We have no words to express how thankful we are to have found you and your amazing family. As I look around this room to all our dear friends, our new family, and the radiant couple, I see the dream which started when we arrived this new country at our first apartment in Columbus, Ohio, was fulfilled as our reality. I don't have the glass, that's okay. Please join me in raising your glasses to toast the newlyweds. May they enjoy a lifetime of love, health, and happiness. And one day, let all their dreams be fulfilled.
You earned this with all of your hard work, and you deserve every single ounce of respect and admiration that comes your way. So now, Mereze, not only do you have the brains and the beauty, You have such a high level of compassion for others. That is such a rare quality to find in people. So when I've had my lows or just needed a person to talk to, it did not matter what you had going on in your life. Like, you found a way to make a time to make people for the ones that matter, and that means more to me than you know. So, I'm trying not to cry. Hold together, Dad. Hold together, Dad. I've always had you to rely on, whether it's advice, telling a funny story, or making road trips to each other and doing yoga followed by brunch to dive bars, because you know that is our thing at the end of the day. I will forever cherish you as a friend, and I cannot be luckier that you are in my life. So Marlise and Chris, there you are. Marlise and Chris, I am blessed to have experienced life with you guys since the 7th grade. I hope you're proud. You could not have raised a better daughter. So now, to Sounak. I'm not done with you just yet. So, I remember around April of 2018, Mereze called me. Mereze was all giddy, and she goes, "OMG, Kat, I have this boy coming over. He is super smart. I think I really like this guy. He's gonna help me pick out med schools. I'm gonna cook him dinner. It's gonna be great." So I'm like, okay. So I helped her pick out her sweater, because you know it's still 20 degrees in Baltimore in April. Getting it already, I help her with her makeup, and I get a call 3 hours later from Marie. She's like, "Kat, this man came over with holes in his sweatpants. He wore sweatpants with holes in them, and he wore Crocs." I don't know what I'm doing here. So my man Sounak here really showed up. Mereze is wearing this beautiful sweater, makeup all done, makes this man a beautiful salmon fish dinner. And he shows up in Crocs and holy sweatpants. And if that doesn't represent their intro to their relationship anymore, I don't know what does. So, Sounak, -10 on the appearance, plus 100 on do it for the story. And here we are today. And Sounak, I also want to say, I appreciate you reassuring me I'm fine every time that WebMD gives me a diagnosis of I'm dying. So, on a more serious note, Mereze, Sounak, I am so happy that you found each other. You two really do complement each other so well, it's insane. I cannot wait to see your future blossom. You guys move into your first home together, suffer through residency hazing together, eventually become parents one day, and grow old together. So with that, I don't have a drink in my hand. I request that we all raise our glasses. Cheers to Mereze and Sounak. May you guys be blessed with a lifetime of joy and happiness. Cheers.
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 All right, we now turn it over to your bride and groom, Mereze and Sounak.
So there's very little, first of all, that I can say that hasn't already been said. I wasn't ready for the Crocs and the sweatpants story to come out yet. But I really was going to talk about that too. But, first of all, let me just say, in this excellent company with everyone here, not just for today and this weekend, but really, you guys have made this entire week to be one that I'll remember for the rest of my life. So, first of all, thank you to all of you for coming and for showing us both so much love and support, and just being there every moment when we're in the morning, you need anything, this entire crazy week that it's been. I know that with you guys, I was never had anything to worry about. Also, of course, even though there's been many people who've been saying the same things, I would love to say, first and foremost, thank you so much to Chris and Marlise. When Mereze and I would first talk, we'd go over to Asheville and we would just be talking about how we would have our dream wedding one day, but we'd be like, but it's just far away, I don't know how it's going to happen, how we're going to pull it off. And then we came here and we just knew that this was the place, but none of this would have been possible without Chris and Marlise and everything that they've done. Of course, to our dear extended South African family, it has been an incredible week getting to know all of you and many of you that I've met before as well. You guys have just been my rocks throughout all 4 years of Nashville, Mandy and Guy, of course. My parents, away from home, I could always show up on Friday night with a cooler with empty Tupperware and just show up hungry and come back full of love and food for the rest of the weekend. And of course, words fall short for me to thank my parents for everything that they've done, for everything that they've put together this week. Some of you already know, not only in addition to this, we had a whole day of celebration and ceremonies yesterday as well, which would not have been possible without my parents' hard work from all the way from Texas, setting that up here in Charleston for all of the close family to enjoy. Of course, special shout out, Biman Jitu, who's right there, our first ever RSVP to this wedding. He's been an incredible friend from the very beginning, from when we first moved to America, and he's been here with us throughout the time. I'm so lucky to be joined here by so many other friends that we have who I grew up with. Some of them, they know me when I first moved, first week, first month in America. I was angry and always seeing some of my pictures as a kid. And I was always out there getting in fights and all that. But they put up with me. My friend Rohan over there has known me since one of the first few months that I was here in America. And it's incredible to have him here with me to witness this. And now, of course, finally, I have the immense honor and privilege to be the one to introduce Mereze. You guys already heard from Katrina my story, but let me tell you a few other stories as well. When we became a little more serious and we went from Baltimore to Nashville, and I moved into my first apartment, that was the first time, I was out moving to a new city by myself. I came in with one plate, a fork, and maybe, I don't know if I even had a knife, but I think it was somewhere in the boxes. And I just showed up in this empty apartment, and I got a bed that came in a box, so it wasn't ready yet. And Mereze was the one who was there to help me move in. And that was when I knew that when she stuck with me through that and through the first few months of living out of plastic bins and boxes, that we were definitely meant to be forever. So that was when I knew that I found my other half. And without further ado, I'd love to introduce Mereze to say a few words as well.
Alrighty, thank you guys all for coming. Two things, enjoy the oyster shells, please take them home, and the postcards. If you notice on the back of your postcard, there's two stamps. One's from India and one's from South Africa from the 1950s. So enjoy that cute little touch. Thank you. All right, so first off, I'll keep it short. Let's learn some Afrikaans words, like some words of my native language. So buy a donkey means thank you. So say buy a donkey. There we go. So first I'm going to say bye donkey to the Lord for providing all the blessings for this wedding and choosing this man to be my husband. And then I'll start with just a short anecdote. So when I was a young child, I told my Oma Ingela that I was concerned that if she didn't stop smoking, she wouldn't see me walk down the aisle on my wedding day. Little did we know at the time that quitting smoking wouldn't be the only obstacle to attending my wedding, but it would be on the other side of the world. So bye donkey to all of my South African family for enduring flight cancellations, a 20-hour flight, 8,000 miles to be here to celebrate with Sounak and I. I don't know many 86-year-olds that would do the trip like that, and you guys are absolutely incredible. The running joke this week was that each of our close friends and family had to put in about 20 hours of community service in order to attend the wedding. So cheers to all of you guys. My little cousins were polishing the brass, all of the candlesticks. We really appreciate that. 6 hours of making desserts. You know, Mary Lou was collecting oyster shells on the beach, painting them, you know, in order to make it to the wedding. So you guys did it. That's great. Bye donkey to all of the medical students and residents. I know you guys have worked some insane magic to be in your schedule, and the fact that literally all of Campbell is here, all of Indy, and all of Florida. That's literally insane. For Campbell, we only get 3 days off the entire year because we're like photos on the totem pole. We only get 3 days off, so I really appreciate you guys using your days off to come to my wedding. Bye donkey to Sukla and Sudip for being an incredible part of this day. Yesterday was amazing, and always welcoming me into your family with open arms. And then my parents. Bye donkey to my dad for making this dream wedding a reality. Watching all those Say Yes to the Dress shows with me when I was younger really paid off. I think we really nailed it, so thank you. And then bye donkey to my mom. She meticulously planned this wedding. This was her basically full-time job for the past 14 months. And she had input from 3 different states with Sounak and I's insane hospital schedule. Sometimes only had like a 5-minute phone call to do planning things, and most of the time I was incredibly grumpy. So really appreciate it. If you guys have a wonderful time. The 5-hour open bar was my dad's idea, so please go and personally thank both of them. They've been working tirelessly and sleeping like 4 hours every night for the past 30 days. So there we go. And lastly, bye donkey to my Gooby for always being my person and balancing med school residency and our life together like a champion. I will always love you.